Welcome to the Poly Champions YouTube. This is a replay review from the Zebasi Polyseum tournament. You'll hear both players, eSpark and Anonym, talk about their good choices, like using a wall at a choke point, and their mistakes, like forgetting that free spirit can burn forests for farms. Let's watch the replay. Yeah, this will be great. We're going to do a replay. I'm eSpark. I am a junior on the Huskies team on Poly Champions, and I've been playing Polytopia since 2019.
Cool. Today I'm joining eSpark. I am Anonym 007, ABC 007. I have also a YouTube channel. And today I will also review this game with eSpark because we both played it against each other at the tournament.
I think it was a fair matchup. I think, we both had really good strategies, but in the end, we'll see who wins, right? Don't want to spoil it. We'll see. So first, can we look at the spawns? Let's just talk about the spawns.
Well, I don't think that they are like perfectly equal, but they all give chances to either player because don't really have villages nearby. But on the other hand, I have access to more of them and a ruin at the start. On the other hand, you have access to the villages that are more close to yours.
Yeah, I think as far as spawns go, they are pretty balanced. I have 1, 2, 3 villages close to my capital. You have 2, but then you also have a ruin, and then you have more. So I agree. I think it's pretty balanced. So let's see how it plays out. I'm going to press. Oh, I'm going to go back to the fog. I'm going to put the fog back.
Yes.
So we both, did the same opening, right?
Yes, of course. Upgrading on your first turn is the most important thing.
So here I did the typical, this is a very standard, right? I got a rider on turn 4.
Yeah, I played it a bit differently because I'm not really a Zebasi player, and therefore I'm just more focused on my economy and didn't take riding, I think. And I also only had one city. This, I think, also limited my possibilities of getting riding and something useful out of it.
Yeah, the 3 warrior opening is good, and it's more what players do when they want to focus on their economy. Usually you go riding if you want to go more aggressive, but they both pay off, and yeah, so we'll see how it plays out. So you went for the 3 warriors and you got the ruin. Oh wait, what did you get from the ruin? I missed it.
I got a swordman. In my opinion, it was a
there it is.
Yeah.
Swordsman.
I think it was. I don't think that the swordman was the best thing I could have gotten.
No.
I think stars or attack would be way better.
Yeah, but that swordsman will pay off later, right? We will see how that swordsman saves your butt later.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true. But I mean, I think 10 stars would have done it too.
Yeah. So I want to pause this here. So, and from my side, I'm thinking, oh, there's water between us and these mountains. So right now I'm thinking, maybe I need to get climbing. But I'm thinking about, okay, this little tile right here, the little farm tile next to the mountains. And I'm thinking, that's the one place that it could connect. Or because everything else, okay, it's lakes map, right? Lakes. So we know there has to be land along the edge, but I'm thinking, are we connected, or is there a big patch of water in between? And I'm thinking about getting climbing, but I think this is a mistake that I made. I think I should have just gone to that farm tile to check it out to see if there's a connection before getting climbing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the case. Yeah, I think you are correct about this. What I wanted to point out too is that I took the 3 warrior opening because I thought, well, if there's a lot of land, riding isn't very useful at the start, if a lot of water. And if there's a lot of land, I still have great capabilities of expanding.
Yeah, I agree. I think for this map, you'll see with the water in between, the writing was not as helpful for me. Again, it's kind of the standard Zebasi opening, but for this map, it did not pay off. Yeah.
Yeah,
So here you have two cities. You get your third, and you have hunting. Now you get an explorer here.
I like explorers on these maps. So even every game I played at this tournament, the explorers like made my game really, because as you will see later, exploring is just so important, especially if you want to know how much eco your opponent has. Because right now I have 11 stars per turn, and I don't know how much economy you have. But if I know where your cities are, then I maybe have a better chance of knowing.
I agree. It was the right thing to get an explorer there. That I totally would have done the same thing. I mean, it goes backwards into the south, but it still was, I think, the right call. So here you see, I got climbing. I got climbing here. It wasn't worth it in the long run,
Yeah,
but I did.
especially you only have one mountain that is strategically like
Yeah,
important
I agree.
there. Yeah, therefore it's I don't think it's really game deciding if you wouldn't have climbing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So here you're just building up your economy, getting the workshop. I'm sending units along the little periphery, right? Because lakes, you always have that little strip of land. But I'm not able to grow my economy. Right now I'm stuck at the cities I have where you can keep going, you know?
Yes.
I connect with roads. That's also again standard. You go for riders, then roads, and you use that to level everything up.
Yeah. Like taking walls here isn't even a consideration because I don't think that there is yeah a reason why you would.
So here I sieged you, right? And I didn't expect the
Yeah.
siege to hold, but I thought now's my chance. I can do it. Put you, on the defense, right? Make you, and you'll see how I do this, right? Throughout the game, I keep sieging you, even though I know it cannot
Yes.
hold.
That, in my opinion, was a little mistake because I think you are always saying this in the podcast. You are saying, "Oh, don't fall in the aggro hole," and I'm thinking right now, well,
Yes,
you are only sieging and sieging and sieging, but where is your economy if you are only producing units?
it's right.
The archer I train, it may seem pretty weird, but I thought, well, archery can always defend. I mean, if I have an archer in my capital, I don't have anything to worry about. And two or three archers behind my line are just, I think, yeah, a guarantee that never ever one of my cities will be really captured by any riders or something.
Yep. I went for the aggro hole because I didn't have a choice. I couldn't, if
Yeah, that's true.
I just there wasn't any way for me to really. The only I realized this later. I'm like, the way I have to do it is getting a navy, and but at that point I was stuck. Again, I'm exploring along the edge of the map, but there's not really a lot there for me to work with. So I did go for the aggro hole, but I felt like it was the only thing I could really do to make
I
progress.
I think I would maybe also consider custom houses because
Yes.
later I never saw your custom houses develop.
Yes. Okay, we'll get to that later, but I thought about it and I didn't have any good custom house spots. We'll see. I totally agree with you. So here you take that first city along the perimeter to the north east, right? I was sending a
Yes.
rider that way, but you get to it first. I think that was really key. And I start to make a navy because I'm like, again, I'm trapped. That's the only way I can move forward. You still don't have a
That's
wall,
true.
but now you get it, right?
I think here in the next turn or something. Here, this explorer will also become pretty
Yes.
effective
That was a perfect use of an explorer. Very
because
helpful.
it doesn't even have another way to go somewhere. It just, yeah, it can't go anywhere else.
So here I siege you again. I hope it might be able to hold, but I know you have archers, so I doubt it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you still don't have that wall. So I'm still thinking I should have been, if anything, I should have been trying to get that middle city, but you had those archers right there, right? I knew I couldn't get it.
Yeah, those archers are just amazing defensive units, and I think they really saved some of my cities here.
Yeah.
But also from experiences in other games, I just understood if I now push through this narrow strip of land in the middle, I all of my archers will just be massacred or something, and therefore I didn't really attack in the middle because otherwise I think my archers would have just died to your riders.
And this city up here, again, I think I sieged this city like 10 times, and then you just kept taking it back, right?
I think it wasn't unsieged like a single turn in this whole game or something after
Yeah.
you covered it or something.
And I did the similar thing on the other side. So I built these roads in the neutral strip of land along the side because, I can use neutral, but I had to be careful because you could use them too. But I just kept making a unit, running it along that neutral road, shooting it with a boat, and then you just took it back.
And I would also like to point out the economy. Before, I think you had a better economy than me, but right now we are already kind of equal or something.
Yeah, no, yeah, you were able to expand. So I have like at the end of turn 16, right? I have 23 stars per turn, and at the end of 16 you have, is it the same?
I think you have to
Oh, did I do
refresh
it
it. I
right?
think a bit with the play thingy.
No, it shows 23 for me, right? And then for you, it's the same. We have the same stars
Oh
per turn on turn 16.
yes, but only if my upper city is unsieged, and
That's
it's always
right.
sieged.
That's true. That's the one thing I was thinking. At least I'm wasting a unit, but I'm taking away your income.
I wanted to say that your giant boat was completely concealed from my view,
Oh.
and it was pretty interesting because especially just your city and
Yes.
your
Ha.
giant were not visible at all, and therefore I didn't expect the giant there.
You can't see it at all. You can see my capital giant, but not that other one. Interesting. Yeah.
And this giant really terrified me a bit because I thought, oh well, how could I ever defend this city here? But the swordman that was useless before now just saved me here.
Yes. So you'll see now, and the wall. It's the wall
And
here,
the wall.
and that swordsman. Yep. Yeah, you have your own giant. Moving your giant. So this is interesting. We did like a little giant game here where you moved yours and then I moved it out of range and you moved your and I was running away basically.
Yes. But I had to catch it as well because I had nothing to put in a city that could withstand an attack of a giant.
And so here I siege your city again. I've sieged two. I keep doing this, right? So you have two cities under
Mm.
siege, but yeah, they won't hold. And yeah, my giant is running away from your giant. But you keep shooting it with the archers, which is, really smart.
So I calculated a bit that if you would just step into the city, I would have just enough strength to destroy it with all of those archers I put there. Therefore, your giant was pretty much wasted completely after a
It
time. You
was.
just put it there, and
It was no use.
that was
Again, another siege that won't hold. Look, I have three of them. They won't hold. So they have this giant battleship that you were like, what the heck?
yes. I thought I. The thing is that if you have complete control of the waters with battleships, I won't stand a chance against you in the long run, even though I have more cities, I think, because I just can't put out new units into the water. So I tried to attack it with everything I have and just put archers there so I could maybe just keep its health as low as possible.
I siege again, right? This is a pattern here. I'm gonna siege again. But at this point, I was thinking, oh, I need to take that middle city. I need to take it. And I was trying to figure out how can I get that middle city because you only have the warrior in there now. You don't have a good defense bonus. I'm like, if I'm going to win this
Yes.
game, I have to break through and get to the other side.
Yeah, at the same time, I thought, oh, well, you have such a strong navy, I have to put something out against it. And I started to just, yeah, limit the amount of money I'm using and just using it for tax to get to, yeah, the ports first and then to trade. As you can see here, I'm just
Yes.
getting trade now. And
Let's look at
I
that. Yeah,
think,
there's your
well, it
first
can't be a
custom.
bad thing if I have trade.
So I thought about trade. I saw your custom house. I even thought about it earlier. I'm like, where can I? And I'm gonna pause it for a little bit. Um, so I took knights instead. But I'm like, where can I put a custom house? I mean, I
If I'm
could have
honest,
planned ahead maybe a little better and put my ports in a better place, thinking ahead, like, oh, I'm gonna get custom houses later. So, but I didn't. I just put the ports, and now I'm like, it's not worth it. I can't find any good spot.
in my opinion, this city of Las I don't know how to pronounce it, where you have the giant from. I think you just took population there, and it's pretty reasonable. But um, at the point where you were upgrading it, you could have also just taken water growth and limited my access to the water tiles around it and get a good customs house. Or in the city up north, you can just go, I don't know, for you have chivalry now, so you could burn the forest
Burn.
and maybe just, yeah, get some custom houses there.
Yes. You know what? I should have burnt a forest. That would have been smarter. I could have burned a forest. I could have expanded that. I could have even done that over
On the
here.
city left, if you take border growth there, you
Yeah,
could have amazing customs houses in the region.
I could have burned forest here. That's a really smart idea. Yep. And I just couldn't see a way to make trade worth it. So that's why I decided, okay, I'm just going to go for chivalry. Um, I thought
But
that
I
was
don't
my
really
chance.
understand the reasoning behind chivalry because, I mean, what use does chivalry give you if you aren't planning on burning forests? I mean, okay, I have some
Mm-hmm.
archers and warriors right now, but if I see just even one knight appear, then I'm immediately switching to something with 15 HP or something.
Yep. Yep. At this point, I was just like trying anything. Because I thought, and I did it a couple times. I thought, oh, I thought that I could sneak a knight along again those neutral roads along the perimeter, and I could make a dent. And I do. I do one really here. Do we see this one really fun knight
Yes.
chain? There was. Oh, I think maybe I did a couple, but that was very satisfying. And then I sieged your middle city, but again, it doesn't hold. But I had some fun destroying a few of your units. That was good.
That's true.
But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough because you took the walled city back, and then you have that swordsman there with that defense bonus. I cannot break that swordsman in the walled city.
Yes. Only, I think, two battleships or something are even able to, yeah, break something like this or something.
At this point, I was also thinking, all right, trade isn't working, knights aren't working. What can I do? And I thought the only thing that could work would be diplomacy with cloaks. I could send some cloaks at those walled cities because cloaks ignore the defense bonus. But I didn't even have org. I didn't have shields. I'm like, I can't afford it to get to diplomacy and to buy the text. I don't have the money for that.
That's true. I think in this position, I would have just started to, these games where you are just, you are losing,
Yeah.
but at the same time you are still producing catapults everywhere and just trying to make it as difficult as possible. Yeah, to end the game for the other person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, at this point I knew. I said, "Okay, I knew you were winning. I knew you were winning." And again, I'm trying to think, how can I do it? How can I do it? The only way I could think of is cloaks. I can't afford cloaks. I couldn't figure out a way to use trade. And I thought, well, the only way I can win is if you make a mistake. And you were not making mistakes. And then pretty soon I just resign. I'm like, yeah, there's no way I can win.
So now I'm just getting custom houses everywhere too, just in the hopes of getting so many battleships that any siege is just physically impossible.
Yeah, let's look at the economy too, right? So I have 26 stars per turn on turn
And that's
28.
in
You have
comparison to the
45! Oh, man.
and I wanted to say those 26 stars, if you just look back at turn 16, I think you had 24 there. Therefore,
Yes.
your income didn't change over like 12 turns in any significant matter. At the same time, I nearly doubled it with the help of custom houses and of course more city that I had access to.
Exactly. My economy was stagnate, right? And yours was growing, and I couldn't find a way to catch up. So this is, yeah, by this point I'm like, yeah, no. There's no way I can win. You sieged my city. You're sieging me.
For the first time, and you instantly resign. How unfortunate! I also wanted to siege every of your cities like 10 times before I could capture them.
At this
Yes.
point, I'm like, no, it's done. So that, but it was a very satisfying game. And again, I think your use of archers, the use of walls, that was really well done. And yeah, I made some mistakes going for climbing, and I didn't even think of burning the forest. You're right. If I had burned the forest, I could have upgraded, expanded, grown my cities, and had more income, maybe gotten some good custom house spots.
The city on the left of my empire, this city that you siege all the
I'm
time,
going to take off
I
the
think
fog.
it was especially easy. It was way more difficult to hold it for me than others because I didn't had a wall on it. I had walls on other frontline cities, but not on this one. Therefore, with more giants, more economy, you could have taken the city, I think, and you would have had unchallenged control of the sea in this region.
Yeah.
So I think in the end that it was a pretty balanced game for a long time until I just got the economy rolling, and then I think there was no way turning back. I would say.
Yeah. It was
Be-
really, really good, though. Really fun.
yeah, it was pretty cool.
So thanks so much for doing this with me. Definitely everyone should go check out your YouTube channel. We'll put a link in the description.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you know what? I want to get you on Poly Champions. I know you're in Poly Champions, but you're not on a team yet, so I'm gonna get you on a team.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. It helps us a lot. For Poly Champions games with skilled players and expert commentary, click the links in the description. Join the Poly Champions Discord server. Ask questions there. Get on a team. The Discord link is also in the description. Take care. See you in the next one.